Hello viewers, this video will change the way you look at Indian roads. India does not have poor roads because India as a country is poor. In fact, in my opinion, it is just the opposite. India as a country is poor because it has poor roads. Let me use a different country for the same explanation. The United States of America does not have great roads because it is a rich country. It is a rich country because it has great roads. Over the last few years, all of us in India have marveled at how spectacularly roads are being built, and I can already hear some people disagreeing with me. You might be saying, why are you even suggesting that India has poor roads? The conditions of roads in India is spectacular. We have awesome roads in India. Which Indian village do you hail from which still has poor quality roads? If you ask me such a question, I can only answer it in the way that I've always answered this question every time I have felt disinclined to reveal the part of India I hail from. I will paraphrase Shah Rukh Khan from the hit 2007 motion picture Chak De India and simply state, मुझे स्टेट्स के नाम ना सुनाई देते हैं और ना दिखाई देते हैं, सिर्फ एक मुल्क का नाम सुनाई देता है, इंडिया. In the last 2 to 3 years, my privileged life has allowed me the opportunity to travel extensively, both within India and outside India. While traveling within India, one thing became very clear to me. The condition of roads in India is nowhere near uniform. It became acutely apparent to me, especially during the long road trip to and from Prayagraj during Mahakumbh 2025. I always mention the year after saying Mahakumbh because I have high hopes of attending the next Mahakumbh as well. The condition of highways in Uttar Pradesh is magnificent, but magnificent highways are not limited to Uttar Pradesh. The highway connecting Bengaluru to Mysuru is also spectacular. Side note, the road trip from Bengaluru to Mysuru is something which I regard as the Sadma road trip. A reference to the Hindi motion picture with the saddest ending I have ever seen, and also analogous to an episode from my own life which is still too raw for me to talk about with anyone. Anyway, I also have experience of traveling on the Yamuna Expressway which connects Delhi to Agra, and till date I will argue with anyone regarding the fact that the Yamuna Expressway is as good, if not better, than any road anywhere in the world. Half of my family members tell me that the expressway connecting Pune with Mumbai, two extremely small villages in the western state of Maharashtra, known worldwide for its effortless ability to tolerate sarcastic humor, where half of my family members are thriving as I record this video, is even more spectacular than Yamuna Expressway. These roads are nothing short of modern day marvels. They are definitely signs of progress. They are a step in the right direction, probably towards your car to start that spectacular road trip. India, just like the United States of America, can also become rich on the back of its great roads. But this is where the happy part of the story ends. If you are someone who understandably does not want to hear a single critical word uttered about India, then this is your cue to watch a different video. I am not kidding. I can even play some outro music just for you. Still here? Now let's try to offer some constructive criticism about the roads in India I wish I was not familiar with. In fact, I wrote the script for this YouTube video while traveling on one such road. Look at what the bumpy ride did to my handwriting. Also, not all of my YouTube videos are unscripted ramblings of a confused soul on a YouTube live stream with no live viewers. Some of my YouTube videos are scripted ramblings of a confused soul with no real viewers. Try this yourself someday. Next time you find yourself in a car, try to write something on a page in a diary or a notebook and see what the ride does to your handwriting. You'll understand quite clearly which part of India you also belong to, the part of India with awesome roads or the part of India with roads that require improvement. Now, critics might say, maybe the suspension of the car wasn't right. Maybe the driver was driving rashly. Also, side note, if you, the viewer, have a Rolls-Royce parked in your garage, the car with the best suspension known to mankind, Thank you for watching this video. Now let's try to answer some very simple questions. Why is this the case? Why does one part of India have smooth, spectacular roads so magnificent that even aircrafts can land on them? And why does another part of India have potholes interspersed with mile stretches of what can be generously described as intact motorable roads? Is this the reason why sports utility vehicles have become so popular in India? And is their popularity only making the problem worse? I believe the smartest people in India are running the administration, both the elected representatives of the people and the highly qualified bureaucrats. I am sure they already have or soon will come up with a well thought out solution to this problem. In this video, I am merely highlighting the problem and stating what I think is the hypothesis for why this problem exists in the first place. The problem is the poor quality of roads in India. The reason? Corrupt politicians. That's just an easy way to feel good about ourselves. But have we ever paused and bothered to ask the question, where did these corrupt politicians come from? Did they come from the United Kingdom? Did they come from the United States of America? Who elected these corrupt politicians? Who re-elected them? Can improper voting practices alone explain everything that is wrong with the situation? I blame the poverty of aspirations in this society for the poor quality of roads here. This society is rife with fancy ideas like romanticism from France, intellectual thought, a constant need for a higher calling. I will shortly explain how these factors are detrimental to progress. This is a society where phrases like the greater good are bandied about without the slightest sense of irony. This is a society where unrealistic expectations are easily built up, and when these expectations are predictably not met, it creates a sense of all consuming and perpetual pessimism. This is a society which produces men of eloquent words and zero action. This is a society which demands the best service for absolutely free. Here, phrases like free usually means no good can almost be considered blasphemous. Stephen Graham's character uttered something like that in the famous Netflix show Adolescence. Now, let me explain how ideas like romanticism, as espoused by the French philosopher Jean Jacques Rousseau, overtly intellectual thinking, and a constant need for a higher calling can be detrimental to progress in a society. Romanticism, as espoused by Jean Jacques Rousseau, claimed that an individual is born perfect and is only corrupted by the influences of the society. This incentivizes a person to become insular, because if they interact with society, chances are they may get corrupted. This also emboldens the idea that one is perfect and builds up unrealistic expectations or a sense of perfection that may be completely detached from reality. Overtly intellectual thinking may result in certain people analyzing a problem to its microscopic detail and coming up with a perfect solution which is completely impractical. This perfect and impractical solution often becomes the sworn enemy of a good, effective, practical solution. When the perfect impractical becomes the enemy of the good practical, then the problem remains unsolved perpetually. And also, the need for a higher calling might appear to be a positive thing, but sometimes it results in the metamorphosis of a legitimate demand for justice into a collective effort to produce the best healthcare system anyone has seen anywhere in the world. And you know what that resulted in. The peak aspiration of many of the best and brightest doctors in this part of India is to join government service to bolster their private practice. Do you not see the contradiction here? If you don't, you, my friend, are part of the problem. And you are, in a not insignificant way, responsible for the poor quality of roads here and the poor quality of my handwriting in this part of India. The fact that I am still not taking the name of this part of India speaks more about the situation here than I ever will. It almost feels like nobody in this region has read Animal Farm, so is quite comfortable living in a modern day version of 1984. But not everyone. Not everyone in this region is willing to continue living here. They choose to vote with their feet and leave this region never to return. Some leave this region for other more developed parts of India, and some leave this region for other countries. Some leave this region in a metaphorical sense by moving into gated communities, thereby shutting themselves out from the rest of the community living in this region. When good people leave a society, you know who is left. When people leave the society either for other countries or for gated communities or for other more developed parts of India, they start waxing eloquent about the virtues of this region, about the idyllic beauty they witnessed here. India itself as a country starts appearing flawless and requires no further improvement. Neither does my handwriting.